Live, this is South Florida Today on NBC6 HD.
Welcome back, everyone. There are a lot of movies that just go for the bucks. Then there are movies like If You Only Knew that tackle tough issues. Here are the film's lead actors, Juliana Harkavy and Ford Dupree. Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you.
Wonderful to have you here. Okay, so tell us what the movie's all about.
It's basically about Alzheimer's. It tackles that issue, how families deal with the deterioration of the parent. I think it goes a lot between how daughters deal with it and how sons deal with it. I think it's a lot different how each deal with it, and also how they still communicate through through their sickness.
What are your roles in the movie?
I play Louise, and I'm Ford's mother in the film. I actually run away with him when he's a young boy from an abusive relationship, and we go to Miami. I become a fashion designer and find a new husband, a new life, and kind of at the pinnacle of my career develop Alzheimer's. And then we sort of, struggle as a family to overcome the disease and stay together.
Juliana, they have to have done some drastic makeup on you because you do not look like his mother.
They did. Our makeup women, our team of girls, are amazing. Chantal Sauvignon, Roma DiMartino, and Jet Alexandria did an incredible job with both latex and just regular makeup, and they were able to age me to about 50 to 60 years old. So
yeah, it was really amazing. You see it, and it's like, the wigs they use, the clothes they use. I'm just like, wow, that's really.
I mean, you're so beautiful, and I feel like I play his mom. I'm like, wait a minute.
And the funny thing is that by the end of the shoot, I really did start to feel like his mother. And Ford,
like
not to give you away, but you're older than I am, and he does feel like my son still a little bit.
Yeah, we developed that relationship.
That relationship.
Yeah.
How did you put yourself in that role? What did you do to kind of prepare for it, and how did you relate to your characters?
Well, the character I played, he was right from the beginning. I started distrusting her because she took me for my real dad, and throughout my whole life, I was always like disrespecting her, angry at her. So I always carried a lot of that around, and I didn't have the perspective that she had why she took me away. It was an abusive relationship. I didn't see that when I was 5. So I grew up always thinking that she was the bad one.
How did you come to find out that she wasn't? Or did you ever find out that she wasn't?
I may or may not have. That's something
okay.
But it's that internal dealing with, like, how do you deal with that? And I think nowadays people it's hard to see someone else's perspective. So it was just a lot of emotional, angry stuff toward her, and as far as, what she had to deal with as far as me being an angry adult, toward her, and like spoiled, and no, I'm not doing that, and you can't tell me what to do, you were wrong this whole time. It was a challenge, but it was fun, at the same time.
Juliana, how did you put yourself into character?
For me, I think the biggest obstacle was actually the age. So I had to focus a lot on observing, first of all, older people. It wasn't too hard for me to sort of understand her story because it was so emotional that I could just sort of naturally fall into it. But the age, I think that it's a combination, the way we age, of nature and genetics, and then the life that you live. So I kind of just looked at Luis's life and Luis's story and came up with my own little formula for how she'd behave, her mannerisms and things like that.
What do you think people will get out of this movie?
I hope a lot. I hope awareness as far as the disease. I hope that they'll see that there is an element of communication from the person that has Alzheimer's, that they still want to communicate. Even though they just, it's not a physical or mental malady that she has. I mean, she's still normal, performs every day, but her mind just starts deteriorating, and she tries to communicate in her own way. And I hope people become aware that there is that element still there, that component of I'm trying to reach you, I'm trying to communicate with you, even though I'm not speaking to you like this. It might be a look or a touch or something like that. Just overall awareness for it, because I think it's an unknown disease as far as the brain and how it develops and how it's cured.
And a disease that not only affects the person that's going through it, but everyone surrounding.
Oh, of course. I think the family's probably affected more than the person. They kind of forget what's happening. So
Exactly.
it's the kids, it's the spouses. So.
All right, well, Juliana and Ford, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here with us today. And if you want to know more about the film, its cast and crew, or just watch the trailer, you can visit the movie's website. It's ifyouonlyknewmovie.net. And where can people find the movie?
The movie is going to be released right now. It's going through the festival circuit. So at some point in 2011, you can check us out on Facebook at it's If You Only Knew Movie 2011 on Facebook. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much. All right, Sherry, over to you.